watch this film because it is about what you are saying.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah, one of the...
Okay, thank you. Yes?
And do you think that you, for some reasons, can't achieve your aims? What will you do at this situation?
If I won't reach my
Yeah,
results,
achieve.
this...
No, achieve your aim, your goals to be successful.
Okay, I will be trying to gain my my aim, yes, all life. When I think that the main reason why I'm living in this planet is to have something, some business to do, and if I won't have something to do, my life will be useless. I will try to gain my aim all life.
It means that you won't create a family and you want to be successful.
No, maybe some point of this leadership scheme won't be gained. For example, I will not be having this house or this car, but actually there are some main things which I want to have. For example, family is a very important thing, but not now, in the future. And I think that I will be living very good even without this house, for example.
Okay. So why did you post that if you think?
Because these all images are my dreams. And
So that you are dreaming about
yes.
your circle in the future.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions for him? Listen, what do you hear? What's the contribution he is? What do you hear him as a contribution? So there's all this stuff, and everybody wants stuff, right? Me included. Everybody wants stuff. What can you hear? What's the contribution in there?
So he told us about the family, about some non-material things which he wants to have in the future. But we are watching, so just what is a bright spark on the post for me? Just some labels, some things, some stuff. It is the most bright here. Not the part with the desires, with some skills. So I don't know how to explain, but he's talking about that it's his dreams, and it's quite good, I think, to have all that. But he says that he would live without that, actually, and it seems to me that it contributes.
What's the contribution?
That he is talking about some non-material things, but we are watching that the most of the poster are busy with the things. So,
Okay.
So I think the family is good, and for example, yes, and when the family is very big dream, very big aim to reach, so why it is not post something like that to be brightest on the post? Why I'm seeing the car, I'm seeing Hennessy, Forbes, and Dolce & Gabbana, and some were house, some were girl, so some were desires, so not at the first place or something like that.
Okay. I think I'm understanding you.
Contribution is just like a connection between all these pictures. Or what
Could
do you-
be, yeah. Or it could be, there's, when this is my friend Jack, he's stuck somewhere over across the street. But he should know I'm in a class. Remember Jack? He's very resourceful, he'll figure it out. Oh yeah, so,
You could
listen,
connection
huh?
between- She asked about the connection between.
Yeah, I got it, I'm back now. So, there's the, I'm gonna just keep my finger on this button, right?
Maybe you should answer.
Who knows I'm in a class? paying attention.
Anyway, maybe he's in
He's
trouble.
across the street, he knows where I am, he can come up with
But
me.
maybe he got in trouble, you don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I think he should.
alright, you think it should?
Yeah.
Alright. He's saying yes. Messaging. I came up to the classroom, where are you?
You see?
I wonder if he's up on one floor down. We're in here. This is the class, it's in here. It's a good idea. See, I had this judgment and evaluation, right, about whether or not, and I I set that aside and listened for the contribution. And then, see, it provided a certain level of performance that wouldn't be available, yeah? Right? You'd be stuck out there for a long time. All right, so it's the listening between the lines. You know, you don't see it up there, do you? But you're starting to listen for it. Do you know what I'm saying? You're actually hearing what's between the lines. Yeah? It's not, it's sort of like when you read poetry, there's the words, and then there's what's all in the unsaid. And you need to set aside your judgments and evaluations to start listening for what's in the unsaid. Yeah? So you're demonstrating it really well. So what else? Is that it?
No, I just asked him for contribution and it did connections, and you told that it is between lines, yeah?
Yeah.
So, and I think that
Between
his
the-
main just aim to be famous and to get some position in the world.
Famous and get some position
Yeah,
in the world.
that maybe not everybody knows him, but that a lot of people know him and be proud of him. I think
Okay.
if that's what I could say.
So you would be proud of him if he achieved all that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And that would be a contribution to him, to you, to see him succeed.
No, it's
No.
not my. I don't think that it's my.
Well, if you would be proud of him as
Yeah, but I think that not only me be proud of him. I just think that if he just gets something and just maybe not all this stuff, but something maybe he will share the way how to get it or something like that. So it will be.
he will share the way, is that what
Yeah,
you said?
yeah. Just I know that a lot of people who get some high position in love and they say how to get it. So it could be very like useful for others people and so.
So his finding the way, he could then tell you, or anybody else he wants to, how to do it. He could bring what he got back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that make you feel hearing that?
Normal. Yes. Good idea.
Yeah, normal as like mining.
No,
How do you say it?
no, normal.
Not much.
It's normal. I will help her if she want.
Oh, you mean like, of course?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, well, yeah.
As for me, Alexei's goal is to earn a lot of money, because if he earns a lot of money, he will be able to get everything he wants, first of all, and then he will be famous enough as the leaders of such companies, because he took put these labels to show to show that these people are rich and famous enough, and he wants to be one of them.
Yes.
And earning a lot of money is a way to be one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's the contribution of that?
Contribution is that he is studying everything he is getting to achieve this aim, this goal. That he do everything, he do his best, studying, visiting this course, doing other useful things to achieve this goal. Be famous and rich.
Okay, and so what's the contribution? Now, you had an empowering interpretation. His being famous and rich, he would be able to contribute to other people, like yourself. Yeah, that's the contribution is. Now, I'm unclear about what you're saying along those lines.
He just wants to be one of these people.
He wants to be one of those people.
Yeah.
Yes. So how is that a contribution?
Maybe he wants to say that it will be a good example for him, for example.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh. So if he is able to do it, does that mean you might be able to do it as
Yeah.
well? Especially since he's your friend, you know, he could hire you for being his vice president or something, yeah? Or president of one of his companies.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe he will also help other people with his money, poor people, or will make a company that will people may buy, for example, clothes and other things. So he will, in that way, make a contribution.
Mm-hmm. So you hear, that's what you hear between the lines, like a possibility.
Yeah.
So when she says that, yeah, a little bit, okay. So when she says that, how does that land in your world?
How what? How?
How does it land in your world when she says that? How does it occur for you?
I think it's a good possibility, will be a good possibility. I think if I will have a lot of money, I can share it, or I can give some organization which help poor people, and I think it is possible in the future.
Okay. So your success could be about contributing to people like Oksana was talking about, and like what Olya was talking about. Yeah. And I'm not sure that your point got made. Can you now say it a little more clearly?
About what I've seen between the lines.
Yeah. Like the contribution.
He wants to be rich, powerful, to have a lot of money, and to have some blessing.
Where's the contribution in that?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. All right. So,
It does.
huh?
I didn't catch what is contribution at all.
At all.
I didn't.
Okay.
What,
Right.
what is it? Is it a profit or any available thing? What is contribution?
What is contribution?
Yes.
Something that makes something available for someone else
For example,
and yourself.
if he will become rich, what profit will I have from this? Is this
Yeah, maybe, or
contribution?
people, yeah. So I'm going to propose something. So this part here, committed to something bigger than yourself, where this is a foundational factor, being committed to something bigger than yourself, and is a contribution. So, well, first, let me tell you about me. All right, I own a company, and it does well. And I don't need to come over here. I would, I have my own thing here going on. Yes, and I'm comfortable. I can travel anywhere I want, do anything I want. I don't really need anything. My house is huge. I drive a Porsche, right? I know how to get stuff. I've been around for a while, so I've run more experiments than you have. I figured some things out, right? And people around me have their own business. My brother and sister have their own, my dad, you know, we're all like those kind of people, right? At some point, at the end of your life, you know, and you're laying there, and, you know, your time's up, or, you know, maybe you're not even laying there, but I don't know anybody who said, you know, well, go take all the money out of my bank and turn it into $100 bills and dump it on my bed, right? Throw it in my room, and then I'll, right? And that's a good, like, I accumulated lots of stuff, right? And I'm now going to roll in it. There's, you know, there's a limit to how much cash you really need. But some people keep thinking they need more and more and more. And that's okay. I'm not making anything wrong. I'm not committed to making anything wrong here. So I could just keep doing that. And doing more of it. And getting more of it. And starting more businesses. Yeah? However, let's say I take on a promise that's bigger than myself, like, you know, I participated in this technology, and, you know, I've seen people do amazing things with this, and I've done amazing things with this, and I want to make a contribution now, okay? So I'm committed to making this available for you, okay? Now, there's something really, this is another counterintuitive thing, that I now need to be able to travel at will to Ukraine and Russia, wherever the suicide rate's high, right? Wherever it is that I want to bring this technology to, I need to be able to travel to it and be gone from my work. So I now need to have work in a financial platform work for me, because I have this kind of like an impossible promise. So the contribution, if you can get the contribution part out of this and make it a thing that drives you, one's ability to like accumulate cash or money, my ability now to accumulate cash and money and have a business and is driven by my commitment to make a difference. So the limitations that I normally have, I need to now remove. For instance, one limitation is having people contribute to me, or asking money, right? Or going up to an oligarch and say, hey, you know, all that money that you have, you want to make a difference with it? We can take that money and we can do this. You know, you fund me traveling around Ukraine and do this. I mean, that would be pocket change for an oligarch, right? But he could make a huge difference with his pocket change. But can you start to see how if you can get what it is that's important to you in your life in a domain of contribution, you now need it for something other than just survival. Is this communicating? It gives you a bigger how come. It gives me a bigger how come to be successful. Because it's now not about me anymore. It's about you. And getting you what you want for yourself. And all the rest of the people in Ukraine. Now that I have that on my plate, the game that I'm in, as far as the financial platform, is much larger. My relationships with women have to work at a level that have never worked before. I need to be in an empowering relationship in which I empower them and they empower me. It's not how I normally have relationships with women. It usually happen in this dominate, avoid domination, who's up, who's down, and all that sort of thing. I can't have that anymore. It's just not going to work. So this being committed to something bigger now reaches back into this stuff and reorganizes it. Actually, you program your brain to be more effective. What happens is this has you be like this about money and all the other good things. It comes at you in a different kind of way because it's in the context of contribution. Contributing to others. Are you now getting what contribution is?
Yeah.
So this is not now about getting people to do something I want. I know that I've read a lot of your things, and I know that's an important theme about getting people to do something that you want. That's never going to happen. They can only do what they want. And you can always count on people to act in their own best self-interest. Always. They'll always act in their own best self-interest. And it doesn't mean that they're going to devote themselves to you being a millionaire successful. However, if you devoted yourself first to having other people be successful, you'll be successful way beyond your wildest dreams. Does this make sense? It's counterintuitive. We think this stuff, we get enough of it, then we'll feel great, we'll have, like that. But that's not the source of performance. The source of performance is contributing the thing that you want most for yourself to others. And I think that's who you are, is you want to contribute that ability for other people to get for themselves what they want. Yeah? Alright, so can you see? I had some judgments and evaluations about his collage. And we set those aside. And we inquired into who he is as a contribution. And we discovered some pretty great things. Now he actually will get to live in that future that we created for him. His life will be given by how we listen for him. And we think that we produce stuff in here, but it doesn't work like that. So anybody, yeah, how about, yeah, but, what if? No? No? So what are you present to? How much time do you have left? 15. 15? 15. 15? Okay. So what are you present to right now? That kind of throws you, doesn't it? It's tough even in English. Like, what are you present to? What's there for you? What's opening up for you? What are you seeing?
About what?
Anything. But in this conversation, in your life,
No one wants to be fed.
what?
Think.
Maybe take a few minutes to reflect. You have to stop and see. I've been talking and you've been absorbing stuff. What are you seeing? What's opening up for you? What are you present to? Alexi? What's it like standing in front of the room and having them say what they had said, and I said what I said, right? And then there's your collage up there. What's it like for you? What are you seeing? What spaces have you gone through?
Maybe it was very interesting to share my.
Come over here. I think you might be out of it. Come over here.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're saying it's interesting to share?
Yeah, yes, my view on what is actually leadership, how to gain, maybe how to become a good leader and to listen different comments to this.
Okay, so the comments were helpful,
Yes.
useful,
Yes.
and this was interesting for you?
Yes.
Anything, other adjectives that you would use to describe it? It's interesting, and your comments were helpful.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does anything changed after the conversation? Did anything change after the
Actually,
conversation in your opinion about leadership, about your view?
no, I think no. But nevertheless, it's interesting to listen to different comments, to be criticized by other people. Maybe it can change something in my ideas, but now it won't like that.
Any other questions? Comments? Yeah.
Through all these things, I realized after this conversation that through all these things, through all this nice stuff, you may see not only what a person wants to gain, but also not his personal his aims, but also what does he want to contribute to others. Because also earning money, it's not only about yourself. Maybe at the beginning it's about yourself, where you want to earn your life. But when you reach some point when you realize that, okay, I have this, and I have enough things in my life, so what can I do for others? So it's not only about making something for yourself, it's making some changes in the world, it's making something for other people, showing some possibilities and opening some ways for others. Because, well, okay, when I first see these pictures, nice stuff, so what everyone wants to get this, actually.
Yeah.
But when you start thinking about it, when you start to analyze things, analyze it, okay, he wants to get some skills, has some idea, and here has some examples, some inspiration to come to get these things, and then what then he can do, what contribution can this person make to not only to his personal life but to life before.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. At first it looks pretty self-absorbed, correct? What am I going to do? But then as you actually, if you can set the self-absorption aside, and we're all self-absorbed, and we're all interested in surviving the best way we can. If you can set that aside, this is a course experiment that you're doing. You can set that aside, and like you said, what you did is you listened, even though maybe it was small at first, you listened to the contribution that he is. That's the course experiment, what you're working on. Now you don't need a collage with people to do this, right? You can just talk to them. Actually, their life is a kind of a collage already. The clothes they wear, right, where they go. If you can just look at that, like, oh, okay, so that's how they survive, and you set that aside, and even though it looks like it's probably predominantly what a person does, and start listening for the contribution. That's the course experiment, right? So you'll continue to do it.
Yeah.
Will you do the course experiment, like listening for contribution?
Okay.
Okay. Everybody else? Yes? Okay. And then see what opens up, because you listen to people for their contribution, even when it doesn't look like there is any.
It's just like describing, it's just like
there's just, with people, there's all this stuff, right? We are organized around, this stuff and our dreams and our wishes and what we want. We are organized around that. And what I'm asking you to do, and we have judgments and evaluations about that, right? And what I'm asking you to do is set that aside and see who they are as a contribution, like a possibility. Okay? Will you do that? Okay. Anything, how much time do we have now?
2 minutes.
Huh?
8 minutes.
8 minutes? Okay. So, what else? What are you present to? What are you seeing in this conversation, huh?
What does it mean? You always use this phrase.
I
what
do.
is present to and.
What are you present to?
What does it mean? I don't understand.
Okay, so
Just explain it in.
do you know how you're
other
sitting
words.
there, you're kind of like holding yourself, and you're present to maybe, I don't know, confusion or not understanding?
No, I'm just a little bit cold, that's why I'm sitting like that. It's
Oh, okay.
warmer.
Okay, so you're present to being cold.
Um,
Are you cold right now?
yes.
Okay, so you're present to being cold. Anything else you're present to?
One more example, because I don't understand what does it mean in other words.
Can I explain in Ukrainian?
Sure.
Це те, що ти відчуваєш саме зараз. От просто, що спливає людина.
Серйозно.
Просто ти можеш говорити, а хоча тут не це прийшло. Тільки цьому.
Ага.
Зараз тобі холодно. А зараз
Але це мені не прийшло на думку, це насправді, типу, мені є холодно.
Ну зараз тобі холодно. Ти хоч, наприклад, що ти зараз думаєш? Що тобі холодно. Ти про це десь час від часу тебе це спливає, просто тобі холодно. І через це.
Окей.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you, what are you present to? So your body's present to being a little cold.
Окей.
So what are you present to in this conversation that we've been having? What are you present to in this conversation we've been having?
Mm,
What are you seeing? What's opening up for you?
I've seen that you want to, from us to squeeze a maximum productivity from our dreams, from our aims, to make benefits not to satisfy our material wishes, but to be useful for all the humanity. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay, excellent. Well said. Yes. And material things is okay to have. It really is.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We can't live without bread, only with our dreams. We have something to eat.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Thank you. I hope the recorder caught it. It was that good. Anybody else? Yeah.
It's also like a narration or a story, many stories that we see. This collage is a story.
It's a story. Yeah, many stories.
Me is a story, and I'm a story. She is a story. You.
Yes.
And it's a good material for writing, for example, and some sort of psychologist, psychological, not values, but values.
Hmm?
Psychological values that if we knew this information, we can our life become more easier, much easier, and we may put
Are you
them.
getting what she's saying?
Yeah.
We may put them in some lines, and our mind, our thoughts will be more organized, and we may choose one of them and think about it and analyze it and put it aside or at the same and put it back and take the next one and do the same. So we can do what we want, and we can do everything.
Very good. Did you get it? Yeah?
Just like a bit what Alexei said, that he wants to control people's minds, something like that in that yeah. So it's just like a similar idea.
Yeah.
Or something like when we structurize our ideas, dreams, and make it clear, then we see our aims, and it's easier to get them, because the way we see that is quite clear.
Yes. The way you see getting to your aims is, you said, quite clear?
Quite clear, I mean that this is the way you can, this is the ways and opportunities which you can use for reaching some goals.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
During our conversation, I understood that being a leader mean not only be a successful person, but be responsible for something. Be responsible for other people, for example, for contributions other people, or when we are talking about it. For example, you are responsible of.
Go ahead, keep going.
You are responsible to show other people that everything is possible, to teach them, to share your skills, your experience with them. That leadership means not only be successful, that something bigger than it.
Yes, exactly. I couldn't have said it better. You nailed it. How much time do we have?
1 minute.
1 minute. So you know what comes out of your mouth is more potent than what comes out of my mouth. Because you're going to listen to what you say. Yes? So this is really great that you're, saying this and seeing what you're seeing, because I can see the ground that you're taking. You're doing excellent work. So see you tomorrow? Oh, see you Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
See you Tuesday. All right. Oh, put your name tags out on the table in front of you. Right. Thanks for coming.